Together we rise. Together we fly.
Let's talk about something. Let's talk about something that we don't say out loud enough. Because you can be successful and still feel stuck, still feel confused, still feel afraid, still feel like you're not capable of doing what you believe you're called to do. You can even be achieving and still feel like something's missing. And there's a principle that I build my coaching around, and it comes from a single powerful scripture. It talks about the thief, and there's a thief that comes to steal, kill, and destroy. But there's also someone who came. He came to give you life and that you have it more abundantly. So now whether you're a CEO, an entrepreneur, a mother, or even a high achieving woman with a title and a to do list, you weren't made to just survive success. You were made to live bold, to feel fulfilled, and to move freely. Now let's take a moment and talk about what's not working. Could it be performing? Could it be delivering not from your true space, but from what you think is expected of you? Maybe showing up, but inside you're exhausted. Now that's not ambition, but it's survival. And in business, we talk a lot about burnout, boundaries, and even emotional intelligence, but we rarely talk about the silent cost of ignoring your deeper needs. Deeper needs like peace, confidence, and even a sense of alignment. Now here's the thing. The thief, the thief isn't just some far away idea, but it's anything that pulls you away from your center. And could it be the hustle that keeps you feeling overwhelmed? Or even maybe the silence that you sit in, even after performing for others all day long, but wondering if anyone sees the real you? Hmm, something to think about. Now, here's a friendly reminder: boldness, it's not about being loud, but it is about being clear. Now, when you know who you are and why you are here on this planet, you don't perform, you lead. You don't compete, but you create. And you create with bold energy. Now, it doesn't come from a strategy session or even a productivity hack, but it comes from getting real quiet and asking yourself, what am I really called to build? What needs to shift in me so that I can lead from clarity and not chaos? Now, let's take another moment. Let's take a moment to clear one thing up. Fulfillment, it doesn't show up in your bank account. It shows up when your values match your vision, and when your work feels like a reflection of your truth. It's not a replacement for it, but real fulfillment, it isn't found in titles, it's not found in applause or even metrics, but it's found in alignment. It's when your calendar, your yeses, your culture, and your brand, they all begin to reflect what you really believe in. Because abundance is not about accumulation, but it is about alignment. Freedom doesn't mean that you cancel everything and live off the grid. What it means you're no longer held hostage by the pressure to prove yourself. Why? Because you know when to say yes, you know when to say no, and you even know when to pause. And you begin to stop carrying it all, stop carrying the weight of everything, stop needing to fix it all, and you stop performing You stop performing for worth that you already have. And then you begin to lead. You lead from centeredness and not survival. And that is one of the first steps to freedom. Or should I say it's even part of the process to freedom. Because again, you hear me say it often. It all it looks different for everyone. Let's recap what we've talked about so far. We mentioned boldness, and I want to remind you that boldness, it's clarity. It's clarity in knowing who you are and then leading from that truth and not from pressure. We mentioned fulfillment. Fulfillment is alignment, being in align with your values, your vision, and they all work together with purpose. And then the last one was freedom. And now freedom is wholeness. It's when we begin to let go of the hustle culture and we begin to reclaim our peace and even our authority. So, this is not some motivational speech, but this is a shift. It's a shift in how you lead, how you live, and even how you show up daily because you're not chasing abundance, you're designed for it. So, as we end this conversation today, I want you to know that abundance isn't a luxury, it's your design. You were created to live bold in your leadership in every area of your life, fulfilled in your mission, and even free in how you operate. Now, that doesn't mean life is perfect, but it means it's intentional because you get to build your success story. You get to build it without losing yourself in it. So, here's my invitation to you: audit your alignment. Begin to question what's fueling your performance. Choose to lead from the inside out because the highest version of yourself is not just strategic, it's whole. And that's what bold, fulfilled, and free it really means. If this spoke to where you are right now, comment BFF below and let's talk about it. Let's talk about what this can look like in your leadership journey, in your life journey, and whatever journey you happen to be on at this present time. Because you were made for it and it's not far away because it's already within you. So until next time, be well, take care, and remember to live life bold, fulfilled, and free.